Okay, the time is 5:41 a.m. December 27th, 2024. Okay, so I took my garbage out after being poisoned. It was go now. As I'm sitting here after I documented it. When I go down to, okay, then let me just finish my point. I'm sorry I confused the listeners. So I'm taking my garbage out, and this is in the last 12, 15 minutes, okay? As I'm going downstairs, there's a dead body stinking up my house. It gets stronger and stronger and stronger by the time I go to floor 1, where I heard the incident. It was unbearable. I had to start breathing through my mouth. As soon as you smell that crap, trust me, you're not breathing through your nose. It's horrid. All right. The dead bodies were not in the house when I woke up this morning. The mass grave site, which when you're going to Richter scale 8 and 10, trust me, the fact that they're fucking still chopping this shit up is unbelievable. That's the kind of people that you are walking around with in this city. The people that are chopping up bodies here are footloose and fancy free. The military activity is far more than just aircraft that comes over S Street. All of which the big stuff, the unforgettable, historic on paper stuff, I cannot talk about on YouTube. It is working perfectly. One of the reasons is for what I am to testify to now. On my way back from the garbage with a house that was stinking up with a dead body, a really loud muffler truck, construction truck, was coming down from 14th on S Street. They were still across. They hadn't crossed 15th. They were coming down towards 16th. You could hear boom, 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 this fucking disgusting Washington, D.C. mufflers, okay? So as I'm on my porch, it starts rolling up and it parks right in front of 1505. This is the main street here now where they're chopping up bodies, storing biological weapons, storing and manufacturing. They make the chemical gases. And don't forget all the manufactured chemical stenches that I'm forbidden from ever talking about because they're so dangerous. So who gets out of the car? Another domestic United States citizen who's a domestic terrorist. Another domestic African American, just like the guy who came here. He has the little Muslim beard. This is a cult here. He's in his 50s. He has a long Allah Akbar Muslim beard. It's white. He's wearing a little scully cap. He's African American. He says, "Good morning," all nasty and vicious to me. Stared me down. The guy was such a fucking maniac asshole. But I appreciated his big mouth because then I could ID that he's a full-on U.S. citizen. So thanks for wishing me such fucking goodness this morning, motherfucker, crazed domestic Muslim terrorist. He wasn't. He was really nasty and bitchy, and he went into the property of 1505, dropped something off, and then got back in his car with his nose in the air, just exactly like the white ones, because that's where everybody learns that kind of behavior from. Human behavior is a learned behavior. You learn how to behave. All that arrogance, smugness, inability to have any empathy, the complete and utter inability to have any guilt, they learned from the white ones. The arrogance, they learned it from the white ones. So he's acting like a white one with his Muslim little beard, mouths off to me in front of 1505, goes into the property, gets back in his car, and rumbles away, all arrogant and smug and smirk and nasty as he gets in his car. As I'm standing on the porch, my guidance was stand there and watch this motherfucker. So there's more domestic African Americans just infested on S Street. Smug, arrogant, and so fucking just above the law, just like the white ones, right? You think? You know what's going to happen to your town, DC? Have you fucking figured it out yet? Never mind, because you know what? This not talking about what the military does is so perfecto. You really don't understand. And the more I don't talk about it, the better it is for the good guys. And the more of these idiots keep driving around, talking shit, chopping up dead bodies. It's not just the black ones that do it. There's a gang of white cannibals here. In fact, most of the ones I can testify that cannibalize, most of them are white. There's a handful of black that were involved, yeah, but most of them were actually white that I can testify were involved with cannibalism. Yeah. Yep. There was a couple black ones. Yep. Most of the people on the street are white. The ones that come and go are black. I am not allowed to film the people on the street. Please connect the dots. All right, so, but the fact that I don't talk about this historic stuff and things that the good military does, I haven't talked about it ever since they started this up. These stuff and things that they do. The townspeople, no matter what is happening with the good military, are convinced that they're gods. That along with their white ones, these white fucking neo-Nazis, they can stick their noses in the air. They can mouth off. They can do whatever they want. They can have no conscience. They can have no guilt. Nothing will ever happen to them because the white ones told us so. So whoever's that delusional, and you can't see what's coming when you know what's been happening with the good guys, but I can't talk about it, that's fine, because do you understand what I'm saying? I'm feeding their delusion. Keep not talking about it. Keep that up. That's really good. That delusion they have is still rocking and rolling. Even to this morning, as there's a dead body in my fucking house, he's still mouthing off to me as I'm standing on the porch. We're still doing that. We're still doing that. There's still dead bodies in my house. I still have domestic terrorists mouthing off to me, going into properties of the other terrorist sites on the compound, noses in the air, driving away, can't be touched, can't be arrested, can't get hurt. No matter what kind of military aircraft is over their motherfucking head. Nothing can touch them, huh? Okay, good. Goodbye.